Hello everyone, and welcome to my first commentary for StarCraft 2 challenge. A lot of people have requested I do a commentary. I usually just like to do gameplay, but in this case I'll make an exception because you want to stay on top of your hotkeys to succeed in this challenge. First thing you want to do is select all your sentries by control clicking them. Then holding down control and pressing one of the number keys assigns them to a control group. So in this case control 1 for sentries and control 2 for High Templars. Now by pressing 1 or 2 you can switch between these two types of units, and the ability you want to get yourself familiar with for sentries the most is force field. The hotkey for this is F. Simply by pressing F and clicking on the ground I can lay a force field down. You want to lay down about 2 or 3 force fields here to block off the ramp. The second ability is Guardian Shield. This blocks all range damage, incoming damage to about 2, so that's very useful against Marauders, Marines, Stalkers, all that kind of stuff. The last one is Hallucination. You create a unit that lasts for 60 seconds. It has the same health as the normal unit but cannot use special abilities. This is great for tanking, for example, since none of these units here can tank. You build a few Archons and tank. Now the ability you want to use for High Templars the most is Psionic Storm. This costs 75 energy, a little bit more than the sentries, which is 50, and what this does is a little bit of AoE damage on a spot that lasts for 4 seconds. It's very good against clumped up units, and you're going to be seeing how I'm using them in a second. The last one is Feedback. Now this drains all the energy from a target and deals the equal amount of damage and health. So for units that have a lot more energy than health, it's an insta kill for you. Okay, let's start this off. I'm going to increase the pace to faster. There we go. With Zerglings approaching, I block off my ramp with 2 well-placed force fields. And then you want to attack click behind the Zerglings. What that does is creates a nice surround so your units behind don't stay clumped up to the units in front. Attack clicking is done by pressing A and clicking the ground behind. It's very useful in multiplayer, especially if you're using melee units and you want to surround the range units from escaping. Now for this group and the next 3 waves after this, I'm going to block them off up here at the ramp. Keep casting your force field while keeping units at a safe distance here, and recasting this force field every 14 or 15 seconds. So you have Marines now, and then you have Hydras and Zerglings. Now a lot of people, just to stay safe, they cast another force field. You can do that, it's fine. You have so many sentries that casting an additional force field is not going to be a big deal. Now you have Marauders and Marines. Marauders are not tough for sentries at all, especially with Guardian Shield. But Marines in number are always a problem, especially in multiplayer when they use stim packs. Now I'm waiting actually for this last group, which is Banelings, because when Banelings die, they do a lot of AoE damage to units around them. So I'm actually going to use my High Templars to cast 4 Psionic Storms and take care of most of these units. Now my sentries are finishing off. Whoa, that guy almost died. Move him out to the back. And finish these guys off. Now, the reason I didn't wait for the very last wave from this side is because too many units get clumped up on this ramp. So it actually makes it very ineffective to use 4 Psionic Storms. You actually need about 6 anyway. So you might as well save the energy for your force field. The 2 Psionic Storm does the trick. I want to mention, if you cast a Psionic Storm as the units are approaching, they actually move into your Psionic Storm because the AI is pretty dumb. Now for this next wave, you want to actually cast your force field down here, because your sentries are going to be up here in the tower, and 2 force field here in the sweet spot just stops them all from approaching off the ramp. And as you can see, against Zerglings, I don't even use a Psionic Storm. The wave after that is Sentries and Zealots. Now these guys are a little bit tougher, so I'm actually going to use a Psionic Storm here. And your sentries are just chilling up there. Just auto-attacking. Next group is Reapers, and you have to pay attention because these guys spawned up here again, so you want to block them off real quick. Reapers have very low health. They rely on their mobility to do damage. So right after that, you can see a bunch of Reapers spawn. You want to block off this whole area really quick so these Reapers cannot jump up there and kill you or give line of sight to the people down there. That's very important. Now after that, Blizzard decided, hey, let's give these guys a little break. And that's good, because this next wave isn't hard at all. Especially if you use the ramp method. Just block them off right here at the sweet spot. A psionic storm or two will do the trick, and these banelings exploding will do even more damage. As you can see, you only have 6 High Templars, whereas you only have 11 sentries, so you can use sentries a lot more. Now against these guys, I used feedback, which is a High Templar ability right here. And feedback works a lot well against those things, since they have 140 health but 200 energy, so it's a one-hit kill against them. All the damage, all the energy is converted to pure health damage. Now Stalkers are a little bit tougher, since you have to burn through their shield. So what you want to do is block them off, maybe 2 Psionic Storms. You can finish them off with sentries, or to be safe, another Psionic Storm. As you can see, I'm at 154 for 225, barely any units lost. Doing pretty good here. Now this next wave is tricky, like the line of sight thing I mentioned earlier. You want to block off your ramp and prevent line of sight from these coasts down here. So now you can take them off easily, because these coasts cannot see you up here. If for some reason one of these Reapers made it up here, these coasts would completely kill your people. Probably take out 1 or 2 before you can do anything about it. Hydras. Now against these guys, I do use the 3rd sentry ability, Hallucination, create a Void Ray. This is kind of going to tank or distract for me, while my High Templars put down Psionic Storm. I also use the Guardian Shield here, which blocks most of the incoming range damage. So that's kind of useful too, and I have a lot of energy left over. Okay, now the next wave is a little bit more tricky. You have ground units and then an air unit that's definitely going to give sight. So you want to block the ground units off here, and then back up and deal with the Vikings. Use Psionic Storm down here and sentry finish them off. As you can see, I did not block off my ramp very well. I only created 1. Let's just back up a little bit, show my mistake, because you should always learn from your mistakes. See, I accidentally only created 1 little barrier here. If I created 2, I would probably not have any problem later and have to spam abilities to save myself. But I did make a mistake. I used Guardian Shield there. I'm going to use 3 more Force Fields here. And I did use that 1 sentry, but he did put down 3 shields for me, so that's great. Now it's pretty standard. Just use your High Templars. See, I could have used saved up a lot more energy there, but oh well, shit happens. You can do a better job than me. You can always save before a wave and then replay the wave if you lose a unit. Don't do that. Sentries can finish off these guys. 1 Psionic Storm or even none is fine, but as you can see, I'm almost done here, so I still have pretty decent health on 2 of my High Templars, so I didn't care too much. With Roaches, you want to back up your sentries and use the High Templars more. Should have actually used 3 Psionic Storms there. Cast that one a bit too late. And your sentries finish them off. Now the Ultralisk, what you want to do is distract him first with your sentries. See, he came here instead of just going straight for the rocks. And this is usually enough to finish them off. Now you gotta pay attention, because the next wave is coming from the northeast. It's Banelings again, very easy. Simple thing again, 2 Force Fields and then a Psionic Storm or sentries is enough. I decided to use everything. And as you can see, even while doing that, spamming a lot of abilities lately, I'm still at 223 out of 225. This next one is going to get you all you need for gold. It's 2 siege tanks, so once again block them off. And your sentries do decent damage, because these guys aren't even in siege mode. And you're done, you got your gold. Now it's just for fun. You got Ghosts, Marauders, so you want to keep them far away, far back, and just use your Force Field again. Sorry, your Psionic Storm. I use the Hallucination here too, just for fun. That guy didn't last long at all. See how much energy I wasted there? Doesn't matter though. Already at 235. These guys are going to kill my rocks, but I can block them off too. And I like to block them off here so they fill up this ramp here a little bit. This next wave, Zealots and Stalkers. Not too hard to deal with. Once again, you want to Psionic Storm, but I can't. None of my guys have any energy, so I believe I turn them into Archons. And this should be it for me. Well, there you go, 245 kills. Just messing around later. You can do a lot better than this. I just wanted to show you how easy this is once you actually use your force field right in the right spots. And that's it, guys. Good luck. Comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you very much. I'll see you for the next challenge. If you still want me to do commentaries, just let me know. Alright, bye.